like I said, there's so many things going on in the life of our church. We try not to take worship time for family meetings, but Pastor Patina and I want to kind of fill you in on some of what has happened and where we go from here. So,
Yeah, so I thought it might be nice if you talked for a second about the disaffiliation. I mean,
yeah, maybe
which happened last
there
week.
might be some curiosity.
Yeah, there might
about
be a
that,
little
bit.
curiosity. Okay.
So, as most of you know, we had a disaffiliation vote, a vote on whether or not to stay a part of the United Methodist Church, and the results are up here on the screen. We had 340 people, full members, who came and voted and participated. There's the results, a 91.7% for us to move away from the United Methodist Church. And so, say a word about our thoughts on how the congregation kind of handled themselves. So,
Yeah, I personally, we've talked about it. I was really proud of all of you. I mean, through all of our meetings, during the vote itself, for those of you who were here, it was very professional, grace-filled. You weren't angry. I mean, there may have been frustrations, but everybody handled it, I feel, like a family should. And so I'm just really proud of my church.
yeah, me as well. I am also. What else do you think we need to tell folks about?
Well, I know people are asking about, okay, so what's our next step? And maybe we start with something simple, like, is our church name, what's going to happen?
Our church name. Okay, you guys ready for this? It's the Brian and Patina Holiness Tabernacle.
Some people out there are not laughing at all. They're
name.
like, y'all are sick.
That'll look great on the big electronic marquee. Now, here it is. Are you ready? First Methodist Church of Oviedo. Yeah. For 150 years, we have been that church. We're going to continue to be that church. We are so proud of of the legacy and the heritage that we inherit here on the corner of King and Jessup. And one of the really cool things about the decision to be part of the Methodist Church is that the sign that they put on the corner in 1956, it still works, so we don't have to buy a new sign.
Saving money.
So we're saving money already. So we are First Methodist Church of Oviedo.
So, well, can you talk a little bit about like decisions we have to make as a church and what that process is going to look like?
We've got some time frames. The Annual Conference of Florida, we're trying to be faithful to the things that they've asked us to do. They've given us a lot of paperwork and things that we've got to share with them. So there's a couple of really important dates that our leadership is working towards. And when I say working towards, what they're doing is they're studying and having conversations and working with other denominations to see where would be for us the best fit. And at the right time, they're going to share that with you all so that you can either support that decision or give us a better direction to go. So they're working on that. And within the next week or so, we're going to give you a date for a family meeting or a lunch and learn or however that plays out for us to sit down and go, okay, what would be the benefit of this versus this? And ultimately, the dates of when that would come to fruition, December the 2nd, there'll be what they call a virtual or a Zoom annual conference where we'll be, along with, I think, about 82 other churches, the last group of churches that can lead the Florida conference. That's going to happen on December the 2nd, virtually. And then all of that will be official and ratified on December the 15th. So that's sort of the time frame of sharing information and making decisions, because we want to have a seamless transition from where we've been to where we're going. And we feel like that time frame we can deal with. So there's going to be a lot of information coming to you. In fact, when you head out at each of the doors this morning, there's a little side-by-side comparison of the denominations that we've had conversations or that we're conversational with. In terms of where we might go, it's a green one page or front and back, so we would refer you to that if you want to know a little bit more. All of this information's on the internet. It's not anything that we dreamed up, but we thought it might be helpful to have it all in one place. So
I think there's one final thing maybe we should talk about this morning, because in our breakout sessions and our family meetings, we talked about how that you and I are separate entities, basically. We have separate decisions to make. Entity, is that a good word? I don't know. Anyway, will you talk to that and what we've got coming up?
Well, I think if you were part of our meetings on the 24th, we made it very clear that we were going to be moving away from the United Methodist Church. Me as an elder, Pastor Patina as a local pastor, that means that we had decisions to make, just like the church has decisions to make. And so we're in this process right now of doing some studying, having some conversations ourselves. We've certainly talked, and we love serving together. We love serving here with you. That's our plan for the future. But what we're going to do is we're going to... All right, can I get a second on that? Anyone opposed? Okay.
Don't go there.
Don't go there.
Don't go there.
So what
There's
we're going to do is we're going to continue.
Maggie is like, no!
I knew it'd be a Mendelssohn. I knew it. I knew it. So what we're going to do is have some conversation this week. We'll talk to you next week about our decision. We're free agents right now. We're looking for bidders. We're hoping, we're going to have conversation, and we'll share with you next week. And everything that we share, we'll also put in writing so you can take that home and digest that as well. But thank you for your patience with that. We've got to talk to family and to some of you about what that looks like for us. So just be patient with us. We'll let you know next week.